Let's begin, shall we? So first off, my name is Robert, your instructor, and welcome to the first part, which is practice. So what you need to understand at first in practice is line weight and line flow. Line flow is drawing on a canvas. For example, this is line flow. You just paint fluid on the canvas and don't care about the word. But with an actual structure into that. Yeah? Okay. This is the line weight, but I have here everywhere. It makes the picture more dynamic and looks like, okay, this is actually a structure. It shows this immense building, big building what goes around the canvas and shows what is actually it, instead of having it in the same size. It also creates a sense of dynamic if you see from your line weight. Because let me say, okay, I want to draw these weird clouds. Then we have this part. It actually makes you see, okay, these are the clouds and this is the building or the structure what we have in that picture. So this is line flow. As next we have line practice. The best way how to practice your lines is actually we need to understand at first that we draw big straight lines, right? So the best way how to draw a straight line is by practicing actually this method. You make a S-curve here, then go back, then go back here, and another S-curve. Then maybe we cut it, and here we make our best to not go over the lines and practice the lines. This is one of the methods that I figured out by myself and it really helps me out, but not so much. This is one of the first steps if you want to warm yourself up. And it's actually, I saw many people have the problem with the lines because they don't do it and they are not used to it to draw a character with specific things into that, specific lines. First off, let me draw 5 lines from the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can also use how to combine these lines. We tried our best to make 2 points and then make a line. Next one, 2 points and make a line. Next one, 2 points and make a line. Same as in cubes or round shapes. If you want to draw, for example, a bottle from the perspective side of it, this one is it. So the best way actually to practice your cubes or round shapes or the sphere is by actually trying to make a round movement. Then after that, you draw just one time. You try to nail it in one. Next one. Next one. Next one. Next one. Next. Okay, I think we have it already. We have drawn a couple of rings or round shapes. And now we try to draw cubes. Oh, I actually forgot about it. The cube practice thing is actually in the section of my second week. And yeah, I'm not gonna make it right now here, but if you want to draw a cube, just try to use just straight lines, but we practice actually. You go here around the canvas to see, okay, does it work from this side? Does it work from this side? And you don't use just your wrist. This is one of the problems what many people have, and they use all the time their wrist. So if you practice that with your whole arm, you have a much easier time and a much comfortable time with it. Let's redo it slow. I'm not used to the Wacom tablet. Didn't draw for a long time on this one. But anyway, let's move on, shall we? So we know how to practice your lines. Like this, create 2 points, like this. Then how to draw the round shape. And now we come to the better part. Line of chaos. Drawing loose, but control your lines. This is one of the important parts if you want to actually establish an environment or a character. For example, let me do that in a short amount of time. I'm gonna draw now really loose. It's everything in chaos, as you guys see. So now the next one, we're gonna draw some trees. Actually, I really like trees. I don't know, haven't drawn them for a while, so it looks like a fantasy tree. All of these things are really loose, as you can see, and it gives you the opportunity to sketch much more free on your canvas. Many people don't do it, and it's really a shame. Why? I asked me why they don't do that, and yeah. Maybe I should talk to them. But anyway, so we drew something out of chaos, but in the same time, you see actually forms here. The triangle part, the cube part, there's another triangle. So I actually don't draw completely in chaos, and I follow a rule, which is actually the triangle, the sphere, or the round shape, and this form, the cube. I know it's wrong to say here cube and sphere because they are not in 3D, but in the same time it gives me a sense, I don't know how to call it better. Let me say that, okay. So now we're gonna put some line weight here all over the canvas. As you guys saw here, line weight. This part. We're gonna put it here and make it really nice. Maybe I put here some line, here a triangle. Okay, nice. And maybe I put here some sticks. Looks really nice actually. I really like this one. So, okay. Maybe some spikes, it's a blood forest or something. idea about a blood forest. I don't like this one. Maybe I should do it like this. Looking nice. The only thing that we need all the time to do is just erase a bit and make it better and so on and so forth. It's always a process, back and forward process. Yeah. Next one. Here I see a nice shape what we actually did here, and maybe we can put some really crazy shapes here. The way our tree maybe could look like. Don't like this part, so I erase it. Put more crazy lines here. Looks like an ice cream. An ice cream tree. Could be one. I really like, I don't like so much ice cream, but it looks amazing. So, next one, it looks like it has a really rich shape. I still try to figure out how the heck should I do. Maybe I put a bigger part here. And here comes the line flow into that. You try actually the flow to make the flow all over the canvas. You see I draw really loose, and this is the line flow what I mentioned. With a few strokes we can create a sense of realism, but not so much of a sense of realism, because as you guys see, the lines are not really good enough to actually look like realistic. But it's actually one of the best ways, like for me, one of the best ways how I tried to draw, how I draw. In here, okay. We have now created 4 trees. Yeah, this is like chaos. You create a chaos inside the picture, drawing like really crazy, and then make something out of it. It's a really good way to make it. So yeah, you could practice that on in digital medium or traditional medium, doesn't matter where. But the thing is, what you need to have is a good sense of visual library before you even approach this part. Not a good one. Sorry if I misspoke here, but you don't need it right now. The best, you should at least draw in chaos and try to figure out what this thing is. So next one, drawing forms, which I actually showed you guys here. These forms, like the triangle part, like the cube part, like the sphere part, it is really a thing that you should practice before you even do that. For example here, I have practiced right now how to draw round shapes, a ball, and here the cube, and let me do that actually in a different perspective. So, not really not perfect, but it's enough for the lesson. Practice the cubes in many different perspectives is gonna make your life a much more easier one. So yeah, It's self-explainable drawing forms, because I already showed you here. Next one. Take your time. The best way how to approach a picture and how to line draw or sketch is to take your time. Right now I did it really fast, as you guys see. So the thing is, I practice these things a lot. Before, it took me about, for 4 things like this, I think 3-4 hours just for these things, because I want to really learn how to do the line weight part or the line flow part. It's really important to take your time with it. Not only because it makes you a better painting, but because it makes you patient enough. Then after that. So next part. Be outside of your comfort zone. Helps you increase your visual library. The thing is, being outside of the comfort zone means, for example, you have drawn so many trees. Now you draw something completely different what you never drawn before. For example, you draw a car, or a desktop, or a cupcake, or a cake, or something else, something completely different but you never draw before. And in thumbnail format, this is the thumbnail format, don't forget it. Yeah, let me say thumbnail. The thing why it helps you much faster to actually evolve instead of drawing just one big one. As you guys see, okay, I gonna draw something like this, okay, it looks like a flower, and then put maybe some of these things, like this part. Can erase this part maybe. And so on and so forth. Best way to improve. But not like this, just draw many of them in one canvas. It's the best part to do that. To increase your visual library and to increase your mobility. So next one. Yeah, as I mentioned, go back to the study part if you want to see what I mean. The study part comes later in my other video. So it's right now for you nothing. But I'm gonna give my best to put in a link here under the description in YouTube. And yeah, let's move on, shall we? For warming up, teach them. Make some layers and draw what you like in 30 minutes in different ways. For example, here I have oh, it's wrong. Okay, I have drawn all of them in 30 minutes. It was really hard, but actually they are not really in 30 minutes. For example, right now I can do that in 30 minutes, but it's not gonna be like this. This is just for the purpose of the presentation part. But yeah, put many layers and draw and make a few thumbnails, maybe make one special picture, draw it maybe in a few different ways. Here's another example. These are 100% 30 minutes, every one of them. Not together, but yeah. But just to show you a few examples what you can do with your environment. We know how to do line weight. We know how to do line practice. How to practice your lines. For example, here or here or here. We know how to practice line flow. We know how to do line flow. Here. Line of chaos, actually explain it. Drawing loose, control your lines, but start very loose. Here, for example, this is a round shape or a triangle. Wait a minute, triangle, yeah. And be outside of your comfort zone, drawing fonts, take your time. As I said, take your time, it's really self-explainable. I already told you guys that for me at the beginning it took me about 10 hours, and a couple of months now it took me 4 hours, and now I can draw it in 4 minutes or 10 minutes. It's just a matter of practice. Anyway, do it in thumbnail format. Warming up, digital, draw something what you like, and yeah, self-explanatory. I like to draw characters, I like to draw environments. For me it's not a problem. For example, what I don't like is drawing guys or drawing, for example, crazy buildings like this one. So yeah, warm it up and do what you like. So I hope it's very helpful for you guys, and I give my best to actually make better tutorials like that. Make a better tutorial. So see you guys.